By law, NSIA has three separate and ring-fenced funds, one of which is a domestic infrastructure fund. Now, that domestic infrastructure fund at about $1.1 billion has 7 focus sectors, of which healthcare is prime. Now, we have 3 focus strategies around healthcare, including medical manufacturing, tertiary institutions, as well as oncology and diagnostics. Within the oncology space, we have entered into partnerships with a plethora of institutions, but principally BVGH around the development and execution of world-class oncology centers within the country. Given the nature of the capital that we manage, which is very conservative, we start off with a demonstration project in order to optimize upon the business model for such an oncology center. When there is comfort around the business model, then we can proliferate the model across other jurisdictions within the country. So we started off with an oncology center in Lagos, which is the commercial nerve center of Nigeria. And we co-located this oncology center in a tertiary institution in Lagos called the Lagos University Teaching Hospital. So it became NLCC, the NSIA-LUTH Cancer Centre. And here we believe we have a model that is data focused, that has the very best equipment, that has a sustainable training model for both clinicians and non-clinicians, that has a pricing strategy that allows the sustainable operations of the center, but at the same time allows middle class to be able to access the high quality care of the center. It is extremely well governed and by definition extremely well run, and importantly, it is very profitable. I think the numbers are that we have seen, I believe, up to 10,000 unique patients who have administered care to about 10,000 unique patients, and we feel comfortable that we are in a position to proliferate and build 2 additional oncology centers within the country. And so we'll be doing so in Kaduna at the north of the country, as well as Enugu at the south of the country. So we created a vehicle called MedServe, and that vehicle is what is the wholly owned vehicle that NSIA will be capitalizing to implement 3 strands in the healthcare space. The first is the oncology. We built 1 oncology center, have run it alongside BVGH works. So we are going to go from 1 to 3 oncology centers in the next 36 months. We also have 2 diagnostic centers, world-class, one co-located in Aminu Teaching Hospital up north, and Federal Medical Center in Umuahia down south. Those 2 have also been run for the last 2 years, and we feel we are in a position where we can proliferate those from the existing 2 to 24 across the country, also in the next 36 months. And then finally, we are also appending 6 cath labs, 1 in each zone within the country. So all of these will be executed through a wholly owned vehicle called MedServe. Sustainability is fundamental for the NSIA. You will have seen over the last year that NSIA has pivoted towards ESG and sustainability broadly. And we're doing so in 3 different facets. The first is institutionally, we are ensuring that we are compliant, ensuring we have an ESG framework in place, ensuring we have the complete suite of ESG policies in place to ensure that our investment evaluation framework has ESG fundamentally embedded within it, to ensure that our operations are carbon neutral, or we have a plan to ensure that our operations are carbon neutral. So I think the first facet is to ensure that institutionally that we are fundamentally compliant. The second is, as an investment institution, to make sure that we are able to showcase that it is possible to do good and to do well at the same time. And so we have made two investments, or we have created vehicles focused on two areas. The first is we have created a fund called Carbon Vista alongside Vitor, the global trading house. And this fund is to invest in ESG propositions, so things like clean cooking, reforestation, water purification, that basically allows carbon credits to be generated through its operations. And that way, we are able to monetize those carbon credits to ensure that we're able to make a return in the implementation of these ESG investments. So it's called Carbon Vista. We've launched that, and we are hopeful that we will reach financial close on our first two investments by the end of the third quarter. The second project that we have launched is a renewable energy platform. We completed a demonstration project up north in Kano State, a 10 megawatt solar project, similar to the same model we implemented with the oncology business. We did the first one. We completed the execution of the project, and we have now created a renewable energy platform that will essentially take that model and proliferate it across the country where solar installation levels are high. We are very, very excited by the renewable energy platform. We are in the final stages of completing definitive documentation with a co-investment strategic partner, so that alongside that $25 million, you have a contribution of another $25 million from our partner, and we can at least commence the rollout of these solar farms. And then the third bucket is around strategic partnerships to ensure that we work with other agencies that are charged with certain aspects of ensuring that Nigeria's climate framework is robust and is in place. So you may have seen that 3 days ago we signed an MOU with the Nigerian Climate Council, with the Nigerian Climate Change Council, who are charged with putting together the domestic framework for carbon credits in Nigeria. And so we have a number of those partnerships, similar to the kind of partnership that we have with BBGH in oncology, just to make sure that the environment, the domestic carbon environment, is in place to attract investors into that space.